Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera with another live color along here on a Monday morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Need to do a sound check. Guess you can hear me. I can hear me. So this morning we're coloring another page from Color Along Volume 15. We're still working on this book. And if we have time today, hey, good morning, Sharon. If we have time today, I want to go back into this book and see if there's another page that we need to finish up, because I know we had a couple of pages that we didn't get to, or one page that we didn't get to at least. Let's see if I can find it here. So how is everyone this morning? Nice, chilly, freezing, cold day here today where I am. Very cold outside. I don't know what is happening. Winter's happening, right? Winter's happening. We don't want to have winter. This one is the page that actually is not going to be scheduled on February 8th because we have coloring camp. So maybe we'll take a look at this one. But this morning is going to be a fun new color along. And good morning, Alice and Sandra. We are painting today. And we're doing a page in Color Along Volume 15. Let me see if I can get to the page. And I want to pop the link to this color. Well, no, we have the link on the Facebook. Oh, so confusing, isn't it? So confusing. This is the grayscale painting we're doing today. So it's a grayscale coloring page, but we're going to paint it with watercolors. Now, you could use acrylic paint if you want to. You could use tempera paint if you want to. So it doesn't make a difference. You could probably use watercolor pencils too if you really needed to. But this is from an original painting that I did, and I actually have two versions of this painting. This is, I think this might be, this is the one. This is the one that it came from. Then this first one that I showed you was the orig. This one is what this is from in the book, and this has, hey, good morning, Carrie. This has a silhouette of trees, and it's got a lot of different lime greens in it. It goes into some orange, kind of with a lavender sky. And then you can kind of see where the water is at the bottom, where there's kind of different shades of greens, and it's a little bit of blue in there. And then the silhouette of the trees, the reflection of the silhouette of the trees. And then I had done another painting of the same style, I guess. And here was the other version of it, a little bit different. The trees are a little taller, and the colors are a little bit different. So this has a much brighter lavender sky. I think I like this lavender sky better, but I like the trees and the other one better. And then it's got this nice orange here. And if you take a look at what's happening here, you can see that on each side, the trees are tall on the left, on each side of the painting. So, and then you can kind of see how they run into each other at the middle. So this, a matter of fact, this is something that we're going to talk about in the drawing longs, which is called one-point perspective, where everything kind of goes to the same point. And that's what creates that focal point in the composition, whether it's a drawing or a painting. And it creates that focal point for you, so your eye is going to the middle. And by creating that, that is what is giving the illusion that those trees are in the distance. So you can kind of look beyond the trees. But the trees on the side are taller. And basically, as I did this painting, I just put a dot in the middle. And I just drew a line from here to here, from here to here. And then I drew a line across the bottom to create where the land would end. And then that's how I filled in this area. So here's another example of it. Again, taller on the sides. So almost like two triangles. No, I started right on time, Sarah, but good morning. Two triangles kind of on their side, and just kind of comes together to create that focal point. So that's basically how this composition is set up. So this morning we're going to mimic this. We're going to create this same painting. I'm going to see if I can fit everything on the screen here. We're going to create this same painting on a coloring page. Sorry about the disaster around me in my setup here, but I need to change some things that are going on. But I have my yogurt containers on the side. You know, this professional looking little, I don't know. This isn't like NBC or something, right? This is just my desk, just hanging out. So we're going to create this painting mimicking these colors. You can use any colors you want. You don't have to use um, anything specific. You can use any colors you want. I'm going to be using Farben colored watercolor pencils, watercolor paints, watercolor pencils. Do you ever have one of those days where you're like, what the heck? I think it's the freezing cold. So this little set of watercolor paints, I don't like that they move around. I've got to tell you, they're a little annoying that they do that, but it's okay. Other than that, the paints are good. I really never see a difference with watercolor paint, to be honest with you, unless it's the watercolor paint that's in the tube. That's when I start to see a real big difference. And then I just have a plastic container, which is going to be my my palette for this, or I can use what's here. I actually left the colors on my watercolor set for now because I just feel like it would let me see if I can set that up there. I just feel like I might use them, so I actually did leave them there. And then I just have a cup of water and I have a couple of brushes. So we are going to, for this morning, we are actually going to work on this, and then I have a piece of hair right here. I want to get that out of there. Okay. We're going to have a lot of dog hair on me. My apologies. We're going to work on this morning, and then we're going to take a look at the camp book and talk about camp and see if anyone has any questions about camp, because camp is moving up. The dates is creeping up on me. I can't even believe we're almost ready for another coloring camp. So we're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to, I want to just kind of touch upon the next draw along session, which is Draw Along Volume 4. If anyone has any questions about that, we can talk about that. Begins this Wednesday. I'm really excited about this book because this book is much different than the last. The layout is different. That's the most exciting part about it. I know, but it's the little things in life, right? And there's some of the things that we're going to be drawing in here are much different. Now, we can either, I'm going to give you give everyone the option here, and I want to hear your feedback about this. We can either work on this and then work on this page right here, because we're going to be missing this page because this is going to be happening in coloring camp. Because the watercolor painting page, this page right here, is kind of a quickie. So with the rest of our time together today, we can either do this, or I can take out a canvas and I can do a painting like this with acrylic paint on canvas. You can save it for later. You can follow along later, however you want to do it. So you tell me what you want to do in the comments. Comment in the comments, as they say, and just let me know what you are interested in taking a look at today. Do we want to color this today in the pop art, or do we want to move on, watch a demonstration of this particular painting in acrylic? So let me know in the comments. And then Lynn, what is Lynn telling me? Lynn is saying, good morning, Lynn. Don't dip your brush in your coffee and don't drink the paint washer. Yes, very good advice. I don't have anything to drink with me because I'm afraid I'm going to do that. The paint does dry pretty fast. Sarah's asking, does the paint dry fast? I think it does. Yeah, I mean, it dries as fast as, I think it does dry pretty fast. So what I want to say about watercolor is that, and I just have regular water in a mug, coffee mug. What I want to say about the watercolor paint is that the less water you use, the more opaque it will be, which means you cannot see through it. The more water you use, the more transparent it will be. So remember, watercolor is all about water. Water is a key component in watercolor paint, as much as watercolor pencils would be, because you really want that water to become part of the medium, part of your set. So if you have red, yellow, blue, pink, brown, orange, black for your paint, plus water. So water is one of your colors. Does that make sense to everyone? Water is always considered a color in watercolor paint. Plus, water is always, it's about water. If you are someone that is more of an opaque painter and you want to have more coverage, then I would recommend gouache. Gouache is another type of paint that you could use, which kind of is a much thicker paint than regular than watercolor. Oh, the other thing I want to show you guys today too, I just forgot about this. I just remembered, is I received my gnome color your own tote bag that I have on Amazon with the gnomes, and I'm going to show that today. I'm actually going to be doing a pre-recorded video coloring that with Joanne Inktense pencils. And I think if I did a live video, I would probably be live for, oh, I don't even know, too many hours, too many. So I'm just going to dip my brush in this purple color to get us started with the top sky part. And I'm going to use, it's kind of a medium brush, I guess. I mean, use the brush that is comfortable in your hand. Some people paint with a tiny brush all the time. Some people paint with a giant brush. I used to teach a painting class to these little kids, and this little kid always had a gigantic brush in her hand for the teeniest tiny area, and I was just so amazed that she could actually paint in a small area with a big giant brush. Like, and I'm not talking giant brush in the length of the handle, but more in the size of the actual brush. So I actually want to get a bigger brush for this. Hey, good morning, Cheryl. Alice has given us the update about the weather. At 5:30 a.m. it was 8 degrees. I know at 5 a.m. it was like, I don't even want to know the temperature when I left dog out at 5 a.m. But it was pretty cold. We don't need to be out there in this temperature. I'm going to get this brush instead. I paint with the brush that has the water in the barrel. Yeah, I've never had luck with those. You know what's weird, Sarah, is every time I've had two of those brushes and both of them are broken when I received them. I consider that to be a sign that I didn't need that brush. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of purple here, and then I'm going to put a little bit of red to kind of create pink, because if I add a little bit of red paint here with much more water, that will kind of be my pink. So I'm going to go from purple to pink and blend it. So here we are with our purple, and we're going to go. Okay, so just kind of blend across, and I have a piece of paper under this paper, but the other thing is that this paper is just the paper that's in the coloring book. It's not any type of paper that is special for watercolor, and you can certainly use watercolor paper, and it would be completely different, because it would have to you'd have to take a look at how it absorbs the paper. So now I've got that purple right there, and now I'm going to start adding some more red to make more of a pink. Hey, good morning, Lynn. I know it's very cold. So right here, I'm adding kind of a pink just by using enough water is creating that pink. Trying not to get paint on my finished paintings, but it's just watercolor, so it'll be all right. And then I'm just kind of going over those trees anyway. It doesn't make a difference because I'm going to go back over them with some black. And I've got my sky. So I've kind of got just a purple to pink sky going on. How are the spare Farben brushes, Sarah? I don't have those. And then at the bottom, I'm going to add some blue. I'm going to skip my trees for now because I'm going to do that last. So this type of grayscale painting is really, it kind of just gives you a guide, just like a grayscale coloring page. I actually have 2 books out on Amazon that are about grayscale painting. I guess I could pull them out and show you. So here's my green that I'm going to start with. See how it just kind of pulls up a little bit, but I think a plastic or even just like maybe a ceramic dish is or a piece of glass is a great way to use, great palette to use for watercolor. And then I'm going to put some yellow on my palette also, because I just want to kind of get some yellowish, maybe even some more like an orange down at the bottom. So this is kind of my gold yellow. See, you can goldish yellow color. Put a little bit of orange. So here's my green, and I'm just going to go across the bottom and add a little bit more blue in here with some blue. And what's cool about watercolor paint too is that you can just kind of wash the paint. You know, you can just kind of get that paint and just wash it. I am going to kind of put a little bit over these trees because it's just kind of some, I guess there's some little bits in there that you can kind of see through the trees. Just kind of mixing that gold with that. I mean, it really is this easy to create this type of result because of the actual gray that's behind it. You just kind of followed along. So I'm going to sit, hey, Bonnie Hughes, I'm going to let that just dry for a couple of minutes. And let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. My shelf with my coloring books is outgrown, is getting too small for all of my books. Thinking of creating like a 16 by 20 poster with all the covers of all of my books to hang on the wall. Kind of just like, you know, like a thing for me. But I don't know. I mean, because it could be something that, I don't know if anyone would want to buy it. I guess I could put it somewhere for sale. But I'm just going to move this out of the way while this dries. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. These two books are a Grayscale painting book. Not a coloring book, but a painting book. These are called Let's Paint Grayscale Painting Book, Volume 1, and this is Volume 2. And what these have in them are actual original paintings that I have done and turned them into Grayscale paintings. And I'll show you some of these paintings too. They're actually hanging behind me on a wall. Let me get a couple of them that are here with me right now. This one is the purple one. It's not exactly the same because I actually sold, I actually sent this one to a friend. I didn't sell that one. I sent it to a friend. And this one actually has been sold. But this one, this purple one is one of them. And then the other one that is in here is also this apple and this pear. That first painting right there that you see at the top. So this book not only has the Grayscale reference for the Grayscale page, has a color mixing guide, but it also has the full color reference photo. So for example, here's one here with this windmill painting that's here, and then here is the page you would paint. And then it has a white back to it. Here's the lighthouse one. Again, here's the one you would paint. And you could paint them with acrylics. You could have actually copy this onto canvas paper if you wanted to, and then you could just paint right on that. This is the windmill, the wheelhouse one, like the little watermill one. Again, this one here, you can just kind of paint along and get that result. Here's the purple flower that we talked about. Again, all of these sections, just kind of paint within the sections, following the lights and the darks with the paintbrush, like you would color Grayscale. And then this is the one that we first saw was the apple and the pear. And then in the second book, this is the first one. Here's the original painting from that. And again, just still following along with that. This one is not up here with me right now. I don't think I have any of these in this room with me right now, but I don't want to have to like get up, right? You don't want to have to, why get up? This barn painting right here. Again, here's the original painting, and then just followed along. These are fun books because they're fun. If you have never ever painted before, they're easy to follow with these little birds. Is another example of that. Here's this Field of Lilacs painting. This actually is on tote bags and on throw pillows on Amazon right now. And then here is this kind of like red shack again, just kind of painting over this. So this is a fun book to follow along and to just kind of paint. So those are those two volumes. I just wanted to kind of talk about that and let you know about those two books. So now we've got this is a little bit damp. It is dry where I'm going to put the black, so I'm not worried about that. So let me move my stuff over. And let's see. So I'm just going to use black for the middle section for those trees. And sometimes when you use a white bristle brush like this one right here, it's no longer white because I just put it in the black paint, but it kind of scrubs the paint. Does that make sense? It kind of like, it's like almost like using a toothbrush. Like it really kind of digs up that pigment. Carrie says, I bought one of the PDFs of one of those when you first did them, and it's what started me painting. Wow. And Carrie, let me tell you, if any of you have not seen Carrie's paintings lately, Carrie, the one that was, I have a painting class a painting membership that I offer. A lot of people don't really know about this. I talk about it a lot, but then I don't really push it. But I have a painting membership that I offer. It's $14.99 per month. You get 2 classes per month. Sometimes we do 3 because we do every other Saturday. So if there's a month that there's 3 Saturdays that we can meet every other, if there's 5 Saturdays in a month, then we meet for 3 of them. But we do a variety of different paintings where we paint with acrylic, we paint with gouache, we paint with watercolor. We meet on Zoom. And the replays are available. So if you cannot attend live, you can always watch the replay. And Carrie just painted, she posted a Van Gogh painting that we did because sometimes we paint famous paintings to learn about different techniques. And Carrie, when I saw that painting, I said to myself, man, my painting's terrible next to this. And I always get to a point where I do a painting class with a bunch of people, and then all of a sudden there starts to be paintings being posted, and I start to get like, boy, what am I doing? These paintings are terrible. But I have to remind myself that I'm not trying to be better than everyone. I want everyone to that's what I want to happen. I want everyone to be able to paint, to just improve. And Carrie's paintings are just magnificent. Carrie is doing incredible. Carrie, you have found your path, Carrie. So I'm just going over this with just black paint, just black opaque, so that it has less water. Lynn is saying they are fun books. I printed them out on canvas and I should do it again. Yeah, printing them out on canvas is the best way to do it. And just like Carrie said, it's what got her started on painting. I think it's a great guide because it just kind of lets you know, where do I put the paint? Where do I put my lights and my darks? How do I get used to the brush? Because I think that when you're painting, a lot of it is all about, how do I feel comfortable with that brush in my hand? How do I feel comfortable with a brush in my hand that has that much paint? Just like when you first started coloring, I bet many people could say the same thing about, I didn't really know if I should use those colored pencils because they were just, I don't know. I'm not getting really good blending and shading. But once you get comfortable with the brush in your hand, or once you get comfortable with any type of, whether it's a pencil or a colored pencil, or, I mean, even a crayon, Carrie's painting is beautiful. Linda's saying she got the swirls that I couldn't get. That's a great way of putting it. She did. Incredible. We did a Van Gogh Starry Night painting. And here's the amazing part is that Carrie usually watches just the replay, right, Carrie? So that's the part that amazes me, Carrie, is that she's watching it and the replay doesn't have any sound. So all that's happening is that Carrie is just basically following my hand, right, Carrie? Carrie's following my hand along. Carrie probably wants to just say to me, stop talking about me. It's okay, Carrie. Don't be embarrassed. So I'm just kind of adding just a little bit of black here. Here's kind of like the silhouette, just kind of going like the mirrored image that's in the water. It's just, and you know what? It's not just paintings for my class too, Carrie. I saw the winter scene that you did with the vet. Incredible. And even some of your drawings. So, I mean, this is going to be the Carrie hour. She cannot hear our laughter. No, it's applause, Len, right? Applause. Oh, you mean during the Zoom? Oh, yeah. When we're doing the Zoom painting class, I got to say, there's a lot of laughter happening, of course. And of course, Scarlett and Paisley are always there. They haven't been painting, but I think that I'm going to have Scarlett do a couple of paintings, and maybe Paisley too if she's into it. Sometimes she can be a little bit of a snob, and have them put their artwork on some throw pillows and some tote bags and maybe some other products. But these dogs need to earn their keep. Let me tell you, they need to start making some money. All right, so there is just kind of like, the tree silhouette. So notice I did not add much water to this, so it's kind of like inky. It's thick, and you can't really tell as it goes across. Yeah, we laugh a lot during that Zoom class, Carrie. It's mostly Lynn, It's mostly Lynn with her antics, her crazy antics. No, I don't know. We all laugh. Okay, so this is complete. Now, all you have to do is just let it dry. Now, if this wasn't in a book, I would tape it down because see how it's buckling a little bit? So I would definitely kind of tape it down a little bit so that it wouldn't get to that buckle. All right, so what do you all think? I mean, we can either finish the pop art page that's further back. I don't want to flip this with the presents that we'll just skip on February 8th, or I'll break out some acrylics and a canvas, and I'll do one of these silhouette paintings so you can see what it's like to follow along. Maybe you already did this painting in watercolor in the book, and if you want to follow along to do this, Sarah wants to do painting. What else do you think? What does everybody else think? How about you, Sharon? I know what Sharon's going to say. Sharon's going to say paint. I can hear her now screaming out the window. All right, let me see. I think it's going to be painting. I haven't painted in a while, actually. I mean, I have, but yes, paint. See, Sharon's, I already heard you. I can hear you like screaming out the window, Sharon. Paint, paint, paint. All right, I just need to get, I don't want to step on a dog. Let's see where they are. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to do a stretched. I'll do a stretched canvas. And the heck was that noise? Oh. Do you ever with people, every time the phone rings, they say to you, I'm going to do a painting. They say to you, the phone's ringing. It's even worse with what do you call it? When your phone makes a noise, like your phone. All right. So I've got a stretched canvas. This is just an 8x10. This up here. An 8x10 stretched canvas. They have these at the dollar store. These are incredible. An incredible deal at the dollar store. And then I'm going to just use, I guess I'll just use a craft paint. I do always use apple barrel for my white or a craft paint for white because I just feel like if you use more of a thicker style paint, like an Arteza, it's more, has like a plasticky feel to it, then I think that this white paint just kind of thins it out. So this is just a container to a cover to a container. I painted several things this weekend, but they're not like any of them. I hate when that happens. You know what happens when you do that? You got to like walk away. I did a painting the other day and I hated it. Sometimes that happens. I took a break and I moved on to drawing. So I finished drawing a new book and I just have to scan it. Alice is saying, Anne, I heard that noise, and you and I said the same thing at the same time. What's that noise? You know what? It was a text message I keep getting. You'll laugh at this. And if you got this text message too, Alice, then we need to talk, because it was a text message from I'm laughing even just thinking about what I'm going to say. Carol Wright gifts, the little that catalog that comes in the mail. Probably, Carol Wright. I don't know why I'm getting text messages from Carol Wright, but apparently Carol Wright thinks that I am interested. The new book, Sarah's asking what the new book is. The new book is, I'll show you the new book, because a lot of people might be getting their stuff out to paint. So if you want to paint with me, I'll show you what the new book is. The new book is the one I was drawing. I was kind of calling it shadow boxes, but I'm not really sure. You're not getting the Carol Wright text message, are you, Alice? That would be scary. It's the book that I was drawing, shadow boxes, I was calling it. And it's all of these little boxes. It's going to have 24 pages. I need to scan everything. So these are just my drawings with pencil. But it'll have 24 pages like this. And some pages have 9 of these. Some pages have 12, 14, 17. In total, I counted them. There's 341 of these little boxes in the whole book. So 24 pages. I have a few set aside so I can color them for the cover. So there's all different things in it. There's gnomes, there's music notes, there's flowers, there's Lynn's favorite mushrooms, there's little still lifes, there's some little abstract type things. It's not very complicated. A lot of people say it reminds us of Patrick Frenzy without a lot of the details. There's a page that was in the color along book like this, so similar to that. There's a couple of them I really do not like that are on here, like this dog. I have to erase him because I'm not really liking how he's looking. There's a cheeseburger. There's a drink, because you're gonna have a cheeseburger. Snowman, little birdhouses, candles. So these are some of the pages that I'm going to be actually coloring, and then I'll be using maybe some of these boxes for the cover. I'm not sure. I pulled these out as kind of my best ones. That would be funny though, wouldn't it, Alice, if that was the text message you got? I don't know why they're texting me. I don't know what is happening. They send me a text message almost every single day. I guess I need to go back in and say, remove me or stop or something. I thought of calling it Little Boxes from, isn't that the theme song from that show Weeds? I think it is. I know, I keep hearing it too. I don't know what to call it. I want to call it shadow boxes, but I'm not sure. I want to call it little boxes, but I'm not sure. I want to call it, I don't know what to call it, because the name of the book really is what kind of gets people to find the book. Like, it's easy to say, is that where it's from, Sarah? Okay, that was a good show, wasn't it? Like, it's really easy to just go on Amazon and you're looking for a gnome book and you type in gnome coloring book and poof, my books come up. You go on Google and you type in gnome coloring book. Oh, you need to watch Weeds. Yeah, it's about a family that they're selling marijuana. They're selling weed, right? And it's the whole family. It's what is her name? Sarah Louise Parker. Is that her name, Sarah? I think that's her name. And it just opens your eyes. It's good. There's probably maybe 7 or 8 seasons. I started watching Outer Banks the past couple of days. Has anyone seen that show, Outer Banks, on Netflix? That's actually keeping my attention to the point where I'm not getting up. I get up and down too much when I'm watching TV because I get I'm short attention span apparently with TV. I don't know what it is. I can sit and draw for hours, but TV bores me. What else did I start watching? Oh, I started watching Better Call Saul. I don't know where that came from. I'm done with Bridgerton. I don't know. What else is everybody else watching? There's a lot of episodes in Weeds. That was a really good show, actually. It's kind of old. Here's an example of my mistake. That's why I have an X on it. But it has some gnomes. So there's a lot of stuff in this book. I don't know what to call it. I'm really at a loss as to what to call this book. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, boxes, little boxes, tiny drawings, easy. Do you think it's an easy book? Do you think it's simple? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Little windows. Maybe I should have it be a view book. People kept telling me I should do a book called Anne's View. I have Scarlett's View, Paisley's View, a dog's view. Yeah, I never watch regular TV anymore, Sarah. Very rarely. I want to watch that show that Sharon watches. What is it even called now? I don't even remember. What is the show called, Sharon? I watched an entire season of something with subtitles about babies switched in the nursery. I wish I could watch something with subtitles because there's a lot of good ones that look like they're coming out. A lot of good ones out there. But again, will it let me fall asleep? I think not. Okay, I'm going to set up my palette with some paint. So I'm going to actually use, I've got some white, and I'm going to use these Arteza in a tube. Yellowstone. Thank you, Sharon. Good thing I'm not going to watch it because I can never remember what the name of it was. So I've got mauve pale. Why it's called mauve pale, not pale mauve, I don't really know. That's kind of be my sky. And then I'm going to kind of dip and go into some orange a little bit. Now the white is really going to make the paint spread completely. And we're going to really just do the background first. Now I hope that I do not get the green that I don't like. Right, Lynn? This one. I got to get rid of this green. Emerald green, I do not like you. Every time I use that green, I regret it. This one is called chromium oxide green. That's going to be for the bottom. And then we do need a little bit of yellow. So I'm going to use yellow pale. Again, why isn't it called pale yellow? We don't know. And then I've got this color here called Naples yellow, but to me it just looks like beige. I don't really think we need to use that one. And I'm going to put a little bit of olive green. Why do I not like that green? First of all, it looks nothing like what the color is on the outside of the tube. And second of all, it just is horrible. Can you tell I don't like it? It's awful. This is it. I don't like it. It bothers me. I feel like it's like I kind of reminds me of green polyester pants. I don't know why I don't like it. I'm going to put some blue in here too so I can kind of mix some blue with some purple. With pale, mauve pale, not pale mauve. You know, it's like green dark, not dark green. Yeah, I don't like that. You like it? I don't. You know, it's okay if it's all by itself like that and it's not in a painting, but when you mix it with other colors, it just doesn't do well. Ask Lynn. Every time I use it, I say that. Right, Lynn? And then this one's called Mars Orange. It's kind of a rust color. I'm not really sure. Okay, so I'm just going to go with, I've got these colors here. I'll leave Mars Orange out, I guess, or yellow, whatever that is. And I don't wet my brush for this at all. So I've just got this kind of dry brush here. Is that the one I want to use? Yeah, I guess I'll use this one. I'm just going to mix some white in with this purple and some blue. And I'm just going to kind of go across. So it's not going to look completely like what I already did because I have different colors, but I'm just kind of going across. Put a little bit of blue in here. And I do always like to kind of do the side, you know, the side part of the canvas. Can't even tell you how many canvases I have or how many paintings I've done that I have not done the side, and then I have gone back and regretted that I didn't do the side. Because you can just never get those colors back again, you know? So there's my kind of my sky. And I guess I could put a little bit of red in there to make it like a pinkish. Here's another one, magenta light. Little window views. That's a good one, Sharon. Lynn says, I watched an entire season of... Sorry, I already read that. You need an Anne's view. Why you not like read? Okay, daughter from another mother. What are we talking about, Lynn? Is that the name of the show? Okay. See, I'm losing track here. It's like a live video. I don't know. It's like you're under like anesthesia at the dentist or something, or you're like, I don't know. Or you're under anesthesia and you start like telling everything about yourself that you didn't want to tell. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so here's some blue. Now, this is kind of where the horizon kind of falls in, right? It was difficult to color during the show because I had to read the subtitles. Yeah, I don't watch TV in color or draw at the same time. I have to only focus on one thing at a time, Lynn. I can't do two things at once like that. My brain just can't handle it. Now I'm going to transition into the green because now we have this bottom section here. So let me get some paper towel, rinse my brush. Thank you, Lynn. So look at all the paint I have on here. This definitely means that I need to do another painting, right? We don't know who you are. Okay. So this is kind of, I think that's emerald green right there. I'm going to mix it a little bit with some yellow. Although there's nothing better than a yellow you make yourself, right? Right here. I mean, this could be the land. Doesn't have to be the water that's down below. Put a little bit of white, kind of drag it across. It doesn't really make a difference what's happening in the middle section here because my black is going to go over this, right? You have to do two things at once, Sarah? Well, I don't know. I think maybe I spent too many years of my life trying to do two things at once, so it's time for me to just do one. So I'm just kind of going back into this darker green. I really like this olive green much better than that emerald green. That emerald green might be taking a seat with the other one. Now, the other thing is that I kind of feel like I want to put maybe something right there to kind of represent the middle. Exorcist green. Exorcist green. You're right, Lynn. It is. It's exorcist green. I don't like it. Well, I guess, I mean, we could put a little bit of yellow in there. I don't want it to be like, yeah, we could put a little bit of yellow here. So I'm just going to kind of bring it, see if I just kind of do that to it. Now we want to make sure we don't have like, I want to have a transition. Okay, so we've got that yellow in there, right there, that whole streak of yellow. And when we add the trees, we'll see how that actually kind of starts to look like the sun. So thank you, Lynn. See, Lynn knows what she's talking about. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of white down here just to kind of blend it a little bit. It will kind of pull out some of the colors. We should do a giveaway of this painting for camp. What do you think? I do want to give away a painting at camp. I guess we could do this one. All right, so now I'm going to do my sides because this will allow the painting to be hung up without a frame. Okay, so we got a little bit of this here. I'm going down with my green. Kind of mixing it still. And then if anything comes off across the top, I just kind of flick it off. Nice for the giveaway? All right. We'll do this for a giveaway. There's going to be a lot of cool giveaways at camp. There's going to be Artesian watercolor pencils. I'll do this as a giveaway. Carol Blaze has done a painting, an abstract painting. It's really nice, actually. She's giving that away. Paparazzi jewelry is being given away. And then I am thinking of a PDF book or two, maybe 2 to 1 person, as like a kind of a prize will be 2 of them. And I have some other things that I'm thinking of creating, maybe some hand-painted Christina's View. I'm lost, Lynn. What are we talking about? What was I saying? Oh, I have some. See? What do you do to me? Lose my mind. I was thinking of doing some hand-painted pencil holders as a giveaway. The only part that bugs me about doing giveaways too is that you have to rely on shipping it, and then the mail takes forever. So I'm just hoping that that is not going to be an issue. Okay, so there is the, there we go. So we have the whole background. Got a little thing happening here I don't like. Okay, so there's our background. So now the trees, my most favorite part. All right, let's see. We're going to use just black. I know I had another bottle of black. People touch my paint. Andrew Wyatt. Oh, Christina's View. I don't know if anybody else would know that. Do the Grayscale painting PDF books. Oh, that's a good idea. We could have like a painting theme. I thought you were saying you were going on vacation today, Lynn. I'm like, what the heck is she talking about? You're getting your vaccine today? Oh my goodness. I feel like vaccines are like far away. I don't even know when it's happening around here. Are you getting the one that is going to be a 2-shotter or 1? Okay, so now I'm just going to take, put a dot in the middle, and I'm going to go like maybe not half, because half would be like to here. I'm just going to go down a little bit further than that. So here's my dot that I put, and I'm going to, oh, I got a piece of, a little drip. Hold on a second. I don't like that. Wait a minute. Right, Sharon? I feel like they're not happening for a very long time. Okay. Now I'm going to just, from this dot, just make a line like this. And then, again, on an angle. So it's just like a triangle, like an angle thing. Then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to make a little bit of a dot, little bit, maybe a half an inch. And then from that, I'm just going to kind of go like this. This is the land. Okay? Now I'm just going to make a few little lines sticking up to represent my trees. Here's a big line, a big line. I'll make it symmetrical, you know, even. I'm not really a symmetrical type person, but I like a lot of things, you know, a little off. And then I've just kind of made a little bit shorter because we want our eye to go to the middle, so we want that to be short. But look at that. See where that yellow is? That becomes the sun. Now I'm going to just fill all this in. So just completely paint inside the black. Those little lines are still sticking up because then we're going to use, sometimes I like to use a fan brush for this. Sometimes you could just use a bristle brush or you could use a regular brush, but what you want to do is create the branches of the trees. And you don't want this to be even because the land is not even. Unless you live, I don't know any land that's even. A lot of bumps. There's a street near me, a main street, that, let me tell you, if they do not fix the street, we've got issues. There's all like, when the road starts to like ripple from underneath? It is terrible. I try to avoid that street a lot. Plus, they're like speed bump happy around here. So, all right. So this is just I did the side with the black. You're lucky to be getting the vaccine, Lynn is saying. One of my friends called me last night. Her dad passed away of COVID pneumonia on Friday night. I know, isn't it sad? It's very sad. I think I would want the one that just has one shot. Just for convenience. What do you think? Sarah says, that's why I'm not getting the vaccine, because I don't know what I'm getting. Plus, if God wants me to have COVID, then I will. Sarah, don't you work in an assisted, like in a nursing home or something? The one-shot deal. Me too, Sharon. Just one. That's all I want is just one. I'm like way down, on the list. Don't you have to get the shot because of where you work, Sarah? Both Pfizer and Moderna have 2 shots, but Johnson & Johnson is going to be coming out with 1. I want to go get it just to do my part in stopping the spread of it. Me too. I want to do my part in stopping the spread so that there's different people that I know won't get it. I want to be able to be around people and protect them. I don't want to not get it because then like someone like my mom might get it. So that's why I'm on it. I mean, do I really want to get it? Not really. They're not making you. Okay, I'm not even going to respond to the whole. Let's not even talk about the COVID vaccine. Let's move on to another topic. Okay, so now we're going to do the trees. So I've got my branches. I don't know why this is crooked. What happened here? Got my branches, and I'm using this bristle brush. I don't have a fan brush with me, but I've got a white bristle brush. And I also have this white bristle and this white bristle. So between these, I want it to be stiff. Okay. I really definitely want it to be stiff. It is very sad, isn't it, Lynn? All right. So I'm just going to now take this brush right here with black and then kind of brush it off. And I want to go perpendicular. My friend from, your warranty is up on your car. And I'm going to just go perpendicular and just tap. Now, if Sharon was doing this, she would say, right, Sharon? That's what we would be doing. You got to kind of do that. Make that noise. So it's just kind of representative of the tree. I do love pizza. I made a great pizza the other night, actually. I'll have to tell you my recipe. But let me tell you about this first. I really want the bristles to kind of make my branches, make my leaves. All right, so here was my pizza recipe, Alice. I took my wheat crust pizza like I usually do. And I added, I had baked chicken in the oven, and then I shredded it after it was already cooked. I stuck it in the food processor. All right, I'm going to move over to this side and do the same thing I just did on that side. And then I put tomato sauce, garlic, pepper, olive oil. I got to do this in order. Mozzarella cheese, the shredded chicken, more mozzarella cheese, and then I put fresh tomatoes and broccoli rabe on top of all of that. and I make that in the oven. So it was delicious. I gotta say, I may eat it again today. I didn't eat the whole thing. Okay, so now as we move towards the middle, where that kind of middle section is, then see, Sharon, you do it right, Sharon. Then I'm going to go smaller. I'm not going to go as far up off the land with these trees because they're in the distance, so they're going to look tinier. Okay, so we're going to just kind of go little bits, tiny bit right there, little tiny short little trees, a little bit. You know, like Bob Ross would say, happy little trees. I'm just going to say tiny little trees. You can go some a little bit taller. I'm kind of dipping, tapping on the little palette. Lynn, I've totally given up on Instacart. I had Whole Foods delivered this morning. I think the best time to have a Whole Foods delivery is like at 7 a.m. Granted, it is early, I know, but they always have everything in stock at that time. But they start shopping at like, Sharon, it was really delicious. You know what I think did it? Was that I layered the cheese. Like I did chicken and then cheese. And I put the chicken in the food processor, so it was like really ground. It was already cooked. But I use those wheat crusts. You know those wheat crusts that are already made, they're grilled at the deli? Sharon knows what I'm talking about. And I put them in the oven frozen, so I can just eat too much pizza. That's the only problem. All right. So that's it. So see how that land just kind of came in. This kind of made it a little bit of an arch. Now, if we want to say that this is water, now we can take the reflection of the trees. So with another, I mean, I guess I might want to use like a flatter brush, but I don't want to use something that's wet. So I'm going to use this white bristle brush here. Oh no, Sarah's talking about Sim. That must have been awful. Lynn says, I was going to do it Tuesday, but it may snow on Monday night. Tonight, I opted for delivery within 5 hours and it worked. I know, I heard we're supposed to get snow tomorrow too. Are we? I don't know about that. I have too many things to do that we don't need snow. All right, so now I'm going to go with the tree reflection, okay? So just kind of say, okay, well here, remember when the reflection is in the water, it's going to be shorter than the tree would be. So imagine, you know, when you're standing by the water and you look down at your reflection. It happens to all of us. So just kind of, it's foreshortened. It's just kind of a little bit. So this is going to be kind of little bit. Plus it's kind of like not really solid. It's again, reflection. Maybe this is kind of like the whole thing there. And then maybe there's kind of a little bit that moves this way, but you don't want, you kind of want to see the color between it. You don't want it to be very solid because this is not the silhouette. This is just simply the reflection of the actual trees. I've done this painting a lot, or this style of painting a lot. So I have several of them. Sometimes it's a little addicting to do these. I'll show you a few others in different colors and show you just how different they can actually look. So this one, for example, has just those purples and oranges. And take a look at this one. You can just kind of put the trees. Same method, though, as far as doing the background and then that dot in the middle and then bringing your eye to the middle. But on this one, I have the two trees over to the side, have that little teeny tiny bird up in the sky. I don't know if this one needs a bird or not. This one is more of like a fire orange. Thank you, everyone. This one's more of like a fire red color, orange, with a little bit of that white. Again, tall tree, bring it down to the middle. So you kind of start out with that dot. Has another different color with some orange and some green. That gradation, and then just this in the middle. And then this is the one I really do not like. I don't know. I think I might have used that green I don't like in this one. And it just didn't really do well. But I like the top of it. I like the top part of the sky. So you can use any color just to kind of get that difference. We'll do this as a giveaway for coloring camp. And I'll sign it so we can have a signed painting giveaway. We'll see if my pen works. I'm having some issues with pens lately. Okay. All right, so we'll do this as a camp giveaway. Wouldn't it be great if the sky was always that color, Sharon? Thank you very much. So let's see. So we've got only a couple more weeks, or a few more weeks for this color along book, and then we'll be done with it. Where is it anyway? Where did it go? Let me see. This might be why something moved, because I put that up there. So the next time we meet, we'll be working on this page here, which is called Silver and Gold. Thank you, Lynn. This will be next week, which is February 1st. And then as we move into February, on February 8th, maybe we'll do 2 on February 1st, because this one will not be happening on February 8th. And then this one will not be happening on February 15th because of coloring camp, those 2 weeks. And then the last time we meet will be in February, will be this one on the 22nd. And then this is the last one for the book. So we really only have 2 more color alongs that we're actually going to be meeting for this book. And then color along volume 16 will begin, which I thought I had it. Do I have it? Oh, I finally have it. Color along volume 16 begins on April 8th. We're moving to Thursdays at 10 a.m. for color along volume 16, and we're moving back over to Facebook, but the replays will be on YouTube, because a lot of people are having trouble being able to watch on YouTube, comment. So we're going to try that. So again, this book is all drawings that are not available in any other book. So it's just like having a brand new coloring book. We're going to be going over textures. I don't have the schedule printed out with me though for this one. Sketches with tape, speckled for this one. We have a grayscale photograph in here, but we're going to use woodless colored pencils on it. This one is going to be shading with colored pencils, and then Crayola Super Tips with water for this one. So there's a little dog looking into the distance, Crayola Super Tips. Another grayscale picture. I don't have the schedule with me now. Colored pencils, and then warm colors for this one. And then just a number 2 pencil for this one. Let's see what this is. Watercolor pencils for those mushrooms. I know Lynn's excited. Stained glass. Pointillism. This one, we've never done. This is going to be a cool grayscale picture. This has been part of my coloring page membership package, but I included it in this book, which is going to be blending with colored pencils on this one. Bolding. Oh, here's one that's similar to the new book. Still don't know what it should be called. I mean, maybe Anne's View. I'm not really sure. Neutral colors. Make it pop. And then this one with all the hearts. I thought maybe it would fall on Valentine's Day, but it's going to be just 5 colors. Oil pastels for this one. This one is going to be Northern Lights. Yeah, that grayscale building picture. I'm looking forward to it too, Sharon. Northern Lights. This is a topic at camp also. And then More Kindness, Less Judgment. If you have received your color along book and you have this page in your book with a typo, I went in and fixed it, but I don't. Sharon, do you have a typo in this? Judgment is spelled wrong. Take a look at that. If you need the page, I'll send you the page. So I'm going to be posting that page for everyone so that you can get that page. I don't know. Cheryl, did you get this? I'm not sure what happened with your book. People that have a membership with me, these books will ship on March 1st. And then just a blue pen. I thought that would be appropriate for the ocean. Impressionism style on a grayscale page. We've never done that before. Colored pencils and blending oil. Is it really? When did you get your book, Sharon? Monochromatic is the last one. I must have skipped something here. Oh, this is monochromatic. So that's what's happening. So we're going to meet from April 8th till September 2nd, I believe. And again, we are moving to Thursdays. And oh, then you got it after I fixed it. But if you got this book before I fixed it, and that is a typo, let me know, and I'll send you a page. So we'll meet on Thursdays for volume 16 on April 8th. So a lot's happening over the next 6 weeks or so, right? We've got a draw along that starts on Wednesday for draw along volume 4. I can't wait to start this book with everyone. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you've never taken a drawing class, this is a deal. I'm going to say it over and over again. It's a deal, $15.99 for the book, get you into 12 classes. And then we've got coloring camp coming up. March, there's not going to be any color alongs because we want to wait for everyone to get that new color along book that will start in April. But what I am going to be doing in March is adding some new types of videos. I'm going to be coloring that gnome bag. I'll show it to you before we leave, and then I'll let you go. So I got this tote bag. I put a picture. I got to say, when I opened this bag, I said, man, I have created some cool products since I started this coloring book journey, but this is going to be the coolest one yet. So this tote bag, I mean, it doesn't have a zipper. That's my only complaint, but I think I'm going to put a zipper in it myself. It's a really heavy canvas. If you notice, Dawn had posted that she had colored one, and I'm going to be coloring this with Inktense, Duent Inktense pencils. So I'm going to do a video of it. I'm going to do a pre-recorded video coloring this because it's going to take me a while with those pencils. So I want to make sure I get it right. And I'll put it up on YouTube. I'll post it on Facebook. But these bags are available on Amazon with either bags that you can color, or some bags that have my painting on them with, or some throw pillows with my paintings on them. So these are a lot of fun. They're pretty big. Let me see before you ask me. They are 16 by 16. I think it's pretty big. So I'm excited about this. I'm definitely going to order more of these. I'm probably going to be creating some customized ones. I thought about creating some that would be kind of customized for dogs so that they can carry their stuff. If you had to take your dog somewhere and you wanted to like bring toys or something, you could have a bag for them. My dogs have luggage. I don't know about yours. And that's about it. Any questions about what we did today or what we're going to be doing over the next several weeks? I feel like we need to like meet like for a 1 week straight or something for every day, like 5 hours in one day. That would be crazy. Okay, so I will see everyone for the draw along on Wednesday at 10 a.m. We meet on Facebook in the draw along group, and I'll see everyone else back next Monday for the next color along on February 1st. Can you believe we're saying February? I can't even believe it. Can't even believe it. Remember when it was 2020? And I'll talk to everyone soon. Hey, thanks so much for joining me today. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.